have a really interesting thing that I think is gonna happen. It's gonna be very quick. I'm not waiting for anyone to join. It's just something I want to talk about right now. I sent a tweet about it, but I don't know exactly. So we're gonna talk about it like right now. So it's gonna be about Arcimoto, and it's gonna be about probably Bitcoin. Okay, so let me really read this thing really quick. Okay. So now we're going to start talking about it right now. But first off, remember, I am not a financial advisor. I am just a team. Full disclaimer in the description. I'm so sorry. I had to just look at this Twitter comment thing they sent me because I'm finna share my screen. So let me share my screen. We're talking about Arcimoto. We're talking about Bitcoin. We know in that interview that I think I forgot the name of the YouTube channel. So on the YouTube channel, they did an interview with Gali and with Mark Frohnmeyer, and they were talking, and then they brought up the question somehow about Arcimoto and potentially Bitcoin and these things that every company, every Bitcoin, any person who owns Bitcoin and who's an investor wants their company to own Bitcoin too. So they asked that question, and Mark was strongly against it. In my personal opinion, he seemed like he was definitely not going for it. But knowing, in my opinion, that he's a level 5 leader, I don't think he's going to be stuck on the fact that he's just like no Bitcoin, no Bitcoin, no Bitcoin. Now we know Gali has been talking about Tesla getting into Bitcoin mining. He's been talking about actually in a Bitcoin being a net positive thing, really for energy, it seems. And I think that's a very interesting perspective. And so, as you can see, he's been kind of had some really good tweets about it as well. As you guys know, I watch all of his videos for the most part. As you can see, I've watched every single last one of his videos. So I pay attention to it because I like to see what he said in his latest video. What does he say and what does he not say, and how does he say it? So he talked about how Bitcoin was being pretty much a positive for energy, a Bitcoin allowing people who have energy to actually monetize it through Bitcoin potentially. I think that was a very interesting thing. So I think that the reason why Mark didn't want it was because of how inefficient it was, and probably because of the energy and all that, the bad things about it. So I guess he thought those were really bad and way worse than the positives. And so now Gali's talking about this, and I think he's going to convince these people, or the people at Arcimoto, to really actually believe in Bitcoin, specifically Mark Frohnmeyer, and we could possibly see them buying Bitcoin. Maybe I don't know if it will even be the smartest move. I think they can get more return by just building these EV vehicles, these fun utility vehicles, or these deliverators, or having other use cases other than that. But I don't think he's going to be so opposed to it anymore. And just one more step towards him actually them at Arcimoto potentially buying some Bitcoin. And I think this is a very interesting thing. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's very interesting. So let me find a tweet that he's done. So it says, let's see. Okay, he's been tweeting about some Tesla stuff right now. But where is it? I know I saw a video out on it. So let me see. Okay, let me share my screen really quickly. Jeez, they keep giving me notifications. So I'm gonna unshare it, sorry, and then I'm gonna share it right back. We're gonna really look at this. This is gonna be less than 5 minutes, trust me. So we have 1 minute left probably. But okay, so let's get into it. So Gali, we all know from Hyperchange, he says, "Yo, Elon Musk, Arc says energy asset owners of today," he uses the yo a lot. Energy asset owners of today can become the essential Bitcoin miners of tomorrow. That makes it seem like Tesla Energy is in a huge position to benefit from the rise of crypto assets, and we'll get into Bitcoin crypto mining. Yes, nah. It says, then he tags the people, do you think Tesla will get into crypto mining eventually? So what he's saying really is that Bitcoin is actually pretty much more of a positive for energy than we all thought, and so it could possibly be a net positive, and I think that's very interesting. So just keep that in mind. So I don't know, maybe they'll buy Bitcoin, maybe they won't buy Bitcoin. I think it's very interesting. I'd love to see what they do. I think Mark is probably way less opposed than ever about Bitcoin, not because of the price rising, but because of all these positive things that we're seeing more and more. And then with Elon Musk, the use cases, the things he's probably thinking about as far as cryptocurrencies, I think it's gonna open everybody's mind up. He's always one step ahead of the game, and Gali's right behind him, and then it's everybody else, and me lagging behind everyone. But right now, I'm telling you, I think he's going to be less opposed, and eventually, probably going to be buying. They're probably going to be buying Bitcoin at one point. And I don't see. And also the point about what Gali was making, I think is very true. He convinced me even more that it's a better thing. This is what they say. So CleanSpark, for example, it's one of my investments. Well, I only have a tracker share right now. Probably going to add more to it. But anyways, the thing is that I think Monish Prabhaya, in one of not his latest interviews, like very past interview, he said great investors know how to minimize risk and maximize reward. And so now we're seeing less and less risk with Bitcoin. Thank you, Danielle. And way more positive things, it seems like. So that is just extremely exciting because you want to minimize risk and maximize reward. And the less risk and even more reward is what you're going to see. And for Bitcoin miners, I'm seeing that they're having way, way more reward. Those people, those energy asset owners are going to have even way more reward and still less risk. And I think that's very interesting. And so, like I said, I think that we could potentially see Arcimoto buying Bitcoin, which would be amazing. Hopefully it won't turn into like a Bitcoin play. That's not the play. The play is on execution. And hopefully it doesn't get them unfocused on anything, because that would just be horrible. Like I said, the play is in execution to mass production. Once that happens, then we can see the value of this company skyrocket. What does that mean? It means the value will skyrocket, but I don't know about the price. But I do know that the value, the underlying fundamentals, will skyrocket once they hit 50,000, or once they reach their goals to mass production, demonstrated autonomous vehicle, all these various different things, which are coming up relatively soon, because long-term investing is more like 5 to 10 years, and or even more than that. And like less long-term investing, like short-term investing is more like 1 year, 2 years, something like that. And so in the very short term, meaning like 1 or 2 years, we can possibly see the underlying fundamentals skyrocket, but it's all based on execution. So what we need is execution. If that happens, then everything else will follow eventually in a matter of time. I think Ben Graham was once asked, why does everything reaches its fair value or its estimated intrinsic value one day? Well, he says basically that it just does. It's just a matter of time. It just happens. And you have to have faith it happens, because most of the times, or it just happens. So that's what I know. I know it just happens. I don't know when it happens. I know it just happens. And so it's all based upon execution. I'm not trying to like bring this to a Bitcoin play. Like, don't do that. I'm not trying to do this like with a workhorse partnership thing. Thank you, Daniel. I'm not trying to like make this into a partnership things with like dominoes or with some other partnerships that would be interesting. I'm not trying to do that. Okay, let me read this. You are spitting out so much more information than most of your peers. That's wonderful. And I'm Gen X, listening to your excitement and learning good stuff. Good. Thanks. But I'm not talking about just like partnerships or Bitcoin and things like that. I'm really just talking about execution. Like I said, and I really do think that execution is going to have to be happen. It's going to happen amongst great leaders, and that's where this book comes into hand. Good to Great by Jim Collins, amazing book. He talks about level 5 leaders, all these type of different leaders. That's not the main subject of the book, but one I definitely recommend that book. I got recommended it by another YouTuber, MJF Invest, and I bought the book. Or I didn't buy it. My grandmother bought it for me for my birthday. Amazing book. And I think Mark seems to fit the perfect, like exactly what they're saying in a level 5 leader: extreme humility and extreme will. And I don't know if anybody would be able to do it. It would either be people from Tesla, working at Tesla, or Elon Musk, or Gali, some people like Gali, moonshot people, or it would be people who scheme a lot, or it would just be Mark Frohmeyer. And so I think he can definitely do it. Great speculative play. And like I said, there's many different things I'm speculating about for this company. That's what really makes the great speculative play. In the fact that I think they can execute. In the fact they have Gali, they have Monroe and Associates, and a lot of other things. So very interesting. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I said it would be 5 minutes, but it's 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you found this video useful, like I said, make sure to subscribe. I'm not a financial advisor. Sorry for all these live streams. Probably should just make a video, because I don't think y'all like live streams, obviously. But I don't know. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully people ponder about this idea and have some input. I would love to hear what y'all think, but I need to go check some of my notifications before I have to go to my next class or return back to my class in like couple minutes, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So yeah, as you can see, I'm back and forth researching companies, scheming, back and forth to school. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I have practice. I have a lot. Well, no, I'm actually kind of, well, never mind. But yeah, so it's back and forth amongst a lot of things. But I'm so excited and I'm so pumped. One of the best speculative plays ever. Now I'm thinking about potentially Bitcoin. I don't know if that would be the best use case. Remember, they have their toolbox. I don't know if that's the best use case. Especially if they're using the money from dilution from shareholders to do it. Oh, I am not a stock market prodigy. Don't say that. I'm not. I'm far from there. Have you ever met Zach, the young investor? He's like 1 year younger than me, and he's super duper intelligent. His circle of competence is way wider. I'm just thinking of my circle of competence, and I guess it makes me look like that. But no, I'm definitely not. But yeah. Thanks so much. I was just ending the stream, and goodbye. Thanks so much. Oh, and go rewatch it so like you don't miss. And thanks for all the nice comments and stuff. Join my Discord.